All right, so what do you do if your piece starts to get uneven? So if you look at this piece, it has a nice flow here, and this side starts to get wider. So you could do something called darting. And the way darting works, is you're going to cut a V shape out and you're going to attach those two pieces together. So I'm gonna move this a little bit to kind of show you, and I'm gonna get around to the side. So I'm gonna look for the part that looks too big, and it's right here. So I'm going to cut down a little pie shape. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna score and slip these pieces back together. Now, it is better to not have to do this, but if your piece is starting to get uneven or lopsided on one side, you want to do this. That way it doesn't get too out of control. You also don't want to wait until it is really high up before you start to do that, because then you have it's just better to stop, take a pause, evaluate your piece, assess as to whether or not the shape is where you want it to be, and then fix the problems right when you see them. That way, if this piece was leather hard down here, if I had let that set up without fixing that problem, what would have happened is it would have been harder for me to get the clay to move together and attach together. And ultimately, our goal is to get this to become leather hard before we start to move on to the next 3 or 4 coils that we're going to attach. So fix those problems, stop, take a pause, assess, and then make sure you're patient in waiting for the clay to be set up. I attached 4 coils that time, and I'm thinking that was the problem. So going with 3 coils is probably a better amount of coils so that you don't have that happen in your piece.